what are you doing here?
I mean, a video is for the youth.
Meaning to say, what am I doing here?
Becoming a technical or a project architect was something I was very passionate about at the age of 25. And it was not easy to give that kind of a big responsibility to a young guy, because how do you coordinate with people? How do you interact with them? And some of your team members are elder than you. And how do you manage the team?
Starting off my career, I was a lot involved in concept stages only. Most of the seniors did the rest of the work. I would only do, concept for the entire year or two.
I think starting my career, I was definitely heavily involved in concept, but I'm kind of all over the place, even like SD.
We get that a bit of knowledge in many disciplines without diving too much into it, which is, that's our role as an architect, right?
The process as such is largely old school. It is the development and the implementation of the process which gets aided by the digital aspect of it. In my college days, for the Sunpath study, we would actually, draw up the location of the site and the building and whatever else is happening, and use our set squares and T-squares to draw those shadow lines to see how, the shading actually happens.
During my internship days, I did a lot of physical models, and I also used a bit of SketchUp.
I was using SketchUp, I was using Enscape, the whole Adobe package, InDesign, Photoshop. We're on a platform called Miro. We collect our renders there to go through as a team, and it makes it quick to go through options.
We use Revit to take a look at the different sun paths and the wind conditions and test just very preliminary models on a basic massing form.
And based with those data, we can give an input to the project itself that is more accurate, that would tend to something that's more sustainable.
We've started learning and incorporating AIs like Midjourney, Stable Diffusion into our work processes in order to help make our workflows a lot more efficient.
There will probably be more inputs from AI in terms of software development and designers inputting their thoughts into AI-driven softwares.
The way we have interacted with the client in those days was more, I would say, a junior architect would never get a chance to present things. It's more of a senior design personnel to go and present things, and then sometimes they come back from the client meetings to our office and then they just brief it.
I know most consultants are now open to youngsters coming in, and they're equal counterparts when it comes to, experience versus youth. Because the software changes and the developments happen on, I think junior architects get a lot of opportunity to present compared to our periods.
Becoming less formal in some ways.
I would think so.
I would compare it to back then everything was in person, right?
Mm-hmm.
You will need to go to a client meeting in person. Now we are using a lot of meetings that are online, right?
Yeah.
And I think COVID had a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
But it became easier to show something that's a draft option, because everything is less formal. It's just a screen, you just share your screen. It also helps to have clients that are based in locations that are far from where our office is, and that's basically opening new doors to other areas.
It's good to be in a digital world that keeps on advancing and keeps on giving us more and more opportunities.
All these new tools, when it comes to technology, we kind of learn from one another.
Yep.
So we have the wisdom of the past,
while
combining it with the innovations of the future.
The wisdom.
Yeah.
That shows sometimes, and sometimes it's doing something else.